Hi everyone, this is Heather Lottinen from the Flourish.Academy. This is episode 425. It's productivity week here at the FA, and really what I'm focusing on is reducing your stress. I don't want you to feel stressed out. I certainly don't want you to feel overwhelmed, so I have a free video series that is available for a very limited time. The link is below. It's free, so you'll definitely want to check that out. So in a recent video, we were talking about how we manage our busy schedules this time of year and why we tend to overbook ourselves. So a couple of you commented that you are a people pleaser, and I am in fact the queen of people pleasing, or at least I have been in the past. Of course you want to make people happy and you want to please them, but sometimes you do so to your own detriment. So there's some things we need to understand about being a people pleaser. At its core, it is always the result of low self-esteem, because what you are telling yourself is that people won't like you unless you do exactly what they want. Okay, now hold on. There is a difference between being kind and helpful and going out of your way because you want to be nice, and between that and being a people pleaser that does things that you end up resenting or taking time out of your schedule that you didn't have or getting upset about. So for instance, if you have clients or family members that are asking you to do things right now that you are just too busy to do, you tend to get really defensive and upset. And sometimes that dictates how you speak to people. You say things like, or maybe in your head, you're like, I don't have time for that. I can't believe they're asking me that. Why would they ask me that? Don't they know I'm busy? You know, and you have this whole dialogue in your mind, but really you're not upset with them. Nope. You're upset with yourself. You're upset with yourself because you want to please them and you feel like you cannot based on your schedule. You guys, this gets really deep. I work primarily with women. Do you think that many of them struggle with people pleasing? Of course, most of them do. Okay, so how do you work your way kind of around this? Well, number one, you have to understand the difference between being nice and helpful and pleasing people to your own detriment. Only you can discern that. I want you to remain steadfast with your pricing, firm with your boundaries regarding your schedule. People will actually respect you more. And you're worried that they're not going to like you. Let me share a story. Okay, this is at least 10 years ago, I had a potential client asking for wedding services. She wanted me to photograph her wedding, and it was right around Christmas. I can't remember if it was Christmas Eve or the day after Christmas. Now, this was somebody that I knew and that I had been friends with for a while, and she was adamant that I was going to be her wedding photographer. She just really, really wanted me to photograph her wedding, and I had this rule in my business that I didn't want to photograph December weddings because I love the holidays and I don't want to be stressed out. I want to bake cookies, I want to join PTA, I want to be with my kids and my family. I don't want to photograph weddings. But I really liked her and I really wanted to photograph her wedding and I didn't want to disappoint her. So I had a major core value conflict here. Do I want to sacrifice what is really important to me so that I can do something nice for someone else because I want to, or would I just be doing it so that she doesn't get upset with me because I want to please people? So I'll sacrifice myself, which, you know, the thing is, you're saying if you do that, you sacrifice yourself to please people, you're trying to put a noble spin on it, and it's really not. So I really struggled with this decision, and I wasn't sure how to approach it with her. So I decided to just be completely honest, and I said, the holidays are very special to me. They're very important to my family. I dedicate myself to my family. I'm so sorry I won't be able to photograph your wedding. And she did not respond well. I in fact really did upset her, and she was very disappointed, and she made it pretty clear that she was disappointed and she thought that we had more of a relationship than that, and it confirmed or affirmed my worst fear was that I had upset someone and she in turn wasn't gonna like me or wouldn't refer me or whatever else. You know, you have these dialogues in your mind, and I just cringed and felt awful, and you know, we both moved on. I didn't talk to her for a very long time. She had scheduled her wedding about a year in advance, and I would comment on her posts, and congratulate her on her wedding, and her photos were beautiful. She had a great photographer. And I ran into her, I don't know if it was several months or maybe a year or more after her wedding, and I was like, ugh, because in my mind, she hates me. I'm pretty sure she hates me. And we were just catching up, and she said, you know, when you didn't take my wedding, I was really upset. And I was like, no, I wasn't even going to bring it up, you know? And I said, yeah, I understand. I'm so sorry. And she said, you know what? I run my own business, and I have so much respect for how you run yours and how you stick to your values and your boundaries. Can you believe that? She actually respected me for making that decision when I had in my head that she hated me and thought I was the worst person on the planet. So you're trying to please people so that they'll like you, but they'll actually like you and respect you more if you stick to your boundaries and you have a very clear, defined set of how you run your business. This goes back to something I say all the time, and that is your decisions should be made before you encounter them. So if you say in the fall that you're only going to take X number of sessions, and then people start calling you, and this old client wants to get in and this other client wants to get in, and you feel badly and you want to please them, are you feeling that way because you want them to like you? And if you think that your worth is tied up, or your identity is in them liking you because you take their photos, I mean, it sounds kind of silly when you think of it that way, right? I want you to remember that you are enough. You are enough. It is not tied to how much you bend or break yourself to please other people. People will love you and respect you, the right people, for who you are. I actually have on my vanity mirror in my bathroom written in lipstick, because I'm classy that way, it says, I am enough. I am enough. I see that every day. I look at it and I say, I am enough. I have defined the boundaries in my business. I will stick to them. There's a reason that you set those boundaries. I encourage you to do so and dig really deep into this people pleasing. Again, only you can discern. Are you doing things because you're nice, helpful, kind, and you can, or are you doing it because you're worried people won't like you? I hope that you found this useful. Do you struggle with this? Leave a comment, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.